Hey man, I hope y'all paying attention this weekend. That's all I can say. I can't do nothing but continue to tell you. Listen, pay attention this weekend. Tim Tszyu, Brian Mendoza. Telling y'all, I think this is going to be a great scrap. Look, Brian Mendoza out there in Australia, he looks extremely comfortable in his own skin out there, and I'm telling you, the confidence is pouring out of Mendoza, right? Oh man, I think that's just going to be a recipe for fireworks. I don't think you want to miss this one, man. Let's talk about it. What up, YouTube? Big Tszyu, Heavy Bad Boxing TV, man. Get your big goofy ass in here and hit the bag. Hit that like button for your boy. That helps the channel. You know I appreciate that love. Shout out my gang, man. D1 Merc 1 ML21 Skinny JT Black Jesus, my guy Troy Jack, Key1 Rebel Life, Modern King Letitia, YK World, Tyrese Celestine. Big shout out to Sean Don, my guy Punch Drunk 412. I hope everybody is paying attention to this one. Now, you got Tim Tszyu, newly crowned WBO 54 champion. And what I like about Tim Tszyu is he doesn't feel like a champion. He said it himself. He's not going to feel like a champion until this Mendoza fight is done. And I told y'all, it almost feels like, two guys that's top of the food chain at 54, squabbling it out for a vacant belt. But technically, Tim Tszyu is the champion, and this will be his first title defense. Now, Tim Tszyu has been looking spectacular. I believe he's red hot, right? Extremely active. I want to say 3 fights over the last 9 months. I want to say. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section. But I want to say he's been in the ring at least 3 times over the last 9 months. You saw what he did against Tony Harrison, the only other man that beat Jermell Charlo. Looked fantastic. You seen how he obliterated Ocampo in his last fight, first round KO. And then you take a look across the ring at his opponent in Brian Mendoza, coming off what I believe is, listen, this may be the best. This might get the KO of the year honors when you think about a Brian Mendoza and the Towering Inferno and Sebastian Fundora. Another fight that Mendoza came in a heavy underdog and he delivered. Matter of fact, let me refresh your memory. Oh, I can watch this 1,000 times. Look at this right here. Look at this left hand. How? Hello. Big. Good night. Oh, man. Hold on. One more time. Look at this left. Ow. Come here, Timmy. Hey, this kind of KO make you say old nigga shit. Look at this shit here. Foul. Good golly, Miss Molly. That's the type of power that Brian Mendoza possesses, and I'm telling you, I'm extremely interested to see if he could provide some adversity for Tim Tszyu, because I'm gonna be real. I'm riding high on Tim Tszyu. I actually think Tim Tszyu can pull this fight out. I think he can get the KO against Brian Mendoza, but I also feel Brian Mendoza definitely has the dynamite to do the same thing to Tim Tszyu. So that's what makes this fight extremely interesting. I'm telling y'all gotta make sure you catch this one. Now, for Tim Tszyu, what does adversity look like, right? We haven't seen that chin get tested. This is somebody who could provide that. There's a laundry list of questions about the undefeated Tim Tszyu because we haven't seen him go through anything for real, right? And what do we always want from our champions? We want to see them go through some type of adversity. We want to see if they can dig deep, right? We want to see how deep the pedigree really is for Tim Tszyu. Can he dig deep and prevail? And I think Brian Mendoza can answer some of those questions. But here's the funny thing. Brian Mendoza feels like he's the bigger puncher. And he feels like that's probably, where the real trouble lies for Tszyu. He had this to say in a Fight Hype interview. Shout out Fight Hype. I want you guys to listen to this audio real quick.
Who's the bigger puncher in this fight?
Me. I think that's just based off the resume and what I've done. I have more than one punch knockouts. He does have once he gets you, he's a finisher and everything. But I think just based off the facts of I have more explosive shots. The thing about me is I have power, but I'm not just a power puncher. I don't go in there trying to look for one shot. I'll hurt you for 12 rounds. I do look for the knockout. I do want to put on a big show. I think that's why I even got called here to this beautiful country in the first place for this title fight. But I'm in there to put punishment on you for 12 rounds. See my last few fights, it's been 5th round, 6th round, 7, and I carry the power late, and I'm totally fine. However long the fight needs to go for me to get that victory, that's what I got to do. I want to take out everybody in my division as well. It's part of the game, and that's why I say once we go in there, that switch flips, and it's war. We're aiming for the same goal, and only one can come out on top. There's no second place in boxing. Second place, you come out, you lose, and you stop getting those calls for fights. You stop getting the opportunities and everything. And like I said, I know what that feels like, and I never want to go back to that. And that's why you see me in that ring. I pour my heart and soul in each and every time, and you're never gonna see me say like, oh, I wish I would have done this or that. I'm leaving it all out there.
Wow, yo, that's real talk from Brian Mendoza, and that kind of makes me, you know what I'm saying? That kind of makes me a little worried for old Tszyu as well, because that's the truth. He's been in that position where those phone calls slow up. And, again, when you got an underdog like this who really has nothing to lose and everything to gain, he's definitely going to leave it all in the ring. And it's funny that he mentions, flipping that switch. You know what I'm saying? And being in that moment against a Tszyu, flipping that switch, what does that look like? For Brian Mendoza, who, again, is a boxer puncher. Tszyu has more of that come forward style. He's going to apply a lot of pressure on Brian Mendoza. But I give Brian Mendoza a lot of credit because whether you want to believe it or not, it took a lot of good IQ to adjust and set up that shot against the much longer, taller, with the longer reach in the Sebastian Fundora. That took some heavy IQ, bro. That took some real boxing ability to set that shot up. And I feel like if he can have that success against him, he could potentially have that success again, or he could adjust against anybody, right? The kid's just gotten that much better. And sometimes for certain fighters, a little bit later on in the career is when everything kind of slows down and comes all the way together in full circle, and you can use your tools to the best of your ability. And I think that's what he displayed against a Fundora, and I'm extremely interested to see how he may be able to adjust to the power and the size and the pressure of a Tszyu. Man, and of course, listen, Tszyu, dynamite both hands. I love the fact that he likes to fight on the front foot in kind of that seek and destroy mode. It's a great style. How can you not like the fighting style of a Tszyu, right? And it's worked out for him perfect to this point. He's an undefeated fighter, a lot of success. You've seen again what he did to his last couple of opponents. He's hot. So, listen, you got to pay attention to this one. This was going to be interesting, man. All right. That's all I got for y'all on this one, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Big T Heavy Bag. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.